Planning a workflow template is all about capturing the process you're already doing. If you've been in business for a while, you probably have a clear understanding of everything that happens from the first interaction to the booking process to the final payment. If you don't have a consistent process or you're brand new to owning a business, this is a great time to establish a blueprint for working with clients. We covered strategies that might be helpful in the unit on defining your process, so feel free to refer back there if you need more time to figure out what you want to happen before moving forward. Start by writing out every step in the process of working with the client from beginning to end. If you have more than one service, pick one to focus on initially. If you get stuck, ask yourself questions like, what's the first thing that should happen when a new lead comes in? What are the next steps to book your lead? And how do you know when the job is officially booked? You can use a Google Doc, a spreadsheet, a piece of scratch paper, or an entire wall of sticky notes to capture your process. The method or tool you use is completely up to you. The most important thing is getting all the information down in one place. Tip number 1, start by capturing the path where the client always says yes and the process moves forward smoothly. You can come back to areas where there's a fork in the road later, like where a client might say yes or no. But starting with the positive path will get you through the entire process from start to finish. Once you've captured your current process, step back and review what's happening. If needed, you might remove redundancies to make a better client experience. Or you might identify spots that require extra customization before sending. Some of the steps in your overall process might be handled manually or by a third-party application outside of Dubsado. Note those as well so you can easily tell which steps will be a part of your Dubsado workflow templates. Take your time, because the care and intention you invest here will be duplicated over and over each time you use a workflow down the road. Tip number 2. Your process may evolve and change over time. That's normal. We're focused on your current process right now, but you will be able to make adjustments down the road if needed. We kind of have our own language in Dubsado, so the next step is to translate your process into Dubsado terms. If you aren't familiar with the workflow actions and triggers yet, check out the upcoming lessons in this unit before getting started. Once you're familiar with the available workflow options, circle back to the parts of your process that will happen inside of Dubsado and rewrite them in Dubsado terms. For example, the step to schedule a consultation call technically means you want Dubsado to send an email with a link to a consultation call scheduler immediately. The more detail you outline about what should happen, when it should happen, and which piece of content is included, the easier it will be for you when you start building workflows. Dubsado workflows do not have to be 100% automated, so if you'd like to slow something down, you can add a to-do above the step that needs to be completed first. Or you can add an approval button on the step itself. If your overall process includes many paths and branches a client might take, you'll have to repeat this process over and over until you've planned out each workflow in your account. Your plan, once you have it, will be the blueprint you use to identify your content and to build a workflow template that strings everything all together. Tip number 3. The goal is to create a comprehensive list of all the content you need, so don't leave anything out. Include each and every package, form, email, scheduler, payment schedule, and task as well as the timing for each step. Tip number 4, stick with your strategy. Please don't feel pressured to use every possible workflow action and trigger just because they exist. Instead, let your client experience dictate the actions and triggers you'll use.